Hi book friends, I'm Erin and this is Erin Go Read. It is Saturday morning, February 10th, 11th. Oh, it's mid-month book bash. I just realized that it is 9:20 in the morning. Ordinarily, I would be at the gym training people right now, but I am having a terrible allergy attack and I'm sneezing like crazy. Just my eyes and my nose are watering like nuts. I can't contain the germs. So I am on the couch with a box of Kleenex near me, and you don't need to see the used Kleenex that are right. Anyhow, so I figured this would be a really good weekend to just get kind of embrace the reading, embrace the like you can only watch so much YouTube apparently. So what am I reading? I'm about halfway-ish. Yeah, just about halfway through Matrix by Lauren Groff. Takes place in the 1100s, and our main character is a bastardess of the crown, and she is she's also like very tall and apparently not very beautiful, and just gets sent away to a monastery, like just get out of our way. And she gets sent to be the prioress of an abbey. And it's just her story, basically. Yeah, enjoying this so far. And then I have my next two different book clubs. I recently joined a nonfiction book club, and what did we read? Our last book, it was like 2 weeks ago, we read This Chair Rocks, which is a manifesto against ageism. And our next book is called Ladyparts by Deborah Copaken. And if you're looking for this book, it took us a while. Ladyparts is one word. It was difficult to find actually on Amazon, but it's a memoir, and about this woman's lady parts, or her lady parts have a big part to do with her personal story, I suppose. And I believe from the blurb, I believe that prolapse is actually a big part of her story. So like squeezing my legs together just thinking about that. So we shall see. And then I didn't go to my regular book club last night because I was just a drippy, sneezy mess and didn't want to subject them to that. But our newest, almost knocking books over, our March pick is Middlemarch by George Eliot. So I have it in the Arcturus Classics edition, this chunky monkey here. So yeah, I'm both excited and very nervous for this, both because of the size and because it's a classic. I haven't been super into reading in general lately. Just my attention span has been pretty terrible. So I'm going into this with trepidation, but maybe this is just the thing that I need. I'm actually quite excited about these two books in particular. So let's crack on with some reading. So I'm heading out to actually So I am heading out to go axe throwing. First we're meeting at a bar across the street on Sutter Street, and then we have, I think, an 8 o'clock appointment at Smart Axe to axe throw. So that should be fun. I'll see how much of it I actually get recorded. Yeah, I don't know. How much did I read? I read probably like 70 pages today in Matrix. So a good bit of that, and like 30 to 40 pages or so in Ladyparts. So that was a really good start to that. She's a little bit like, she's got an attitude. She's had some stuff, like some major medical stuff has happened to her, and she's got a bit of a chip on her shoulder, but like in a good way. Like she's just, women's medical rights and the way that women aren't always heard, especially when it comes to things involving our bodies, our uterus, our period, that kind of thing. And so she suffered for a really, really long time needlessly. And yeah, she just has some really good things to say. She's good friends with Nora Ephron, so that's kind of a cool part. Just like there'll be bits like lunch with Nora, so that's pretty neat. So anyway, enjoying that. And I also enjoyed a lot of just watching YouTube today. Allergies just beating me down, just feeling really tired. So it's hard to read for, I couldn't read all day just because my allergies were kicking my butt, but I feel like I'm feeling decent right now. So, you know, maybe some beer will help or make it completely worse. We'll see. It is about 8:25 on Sunday morning, and I'm just kind of getting myself aroused and ready for the day. Actually, just came back from washing my face. If you go out at night and like come home significantly later than your normal bedtime and actually remove your makeup and do like your skincare routine, that's like next level adulting. Like maybe 5% of the time. If I've gone out, do I actually, which I don't go out all that often, but you know, like no. So I woke up with some raccoon eyes, so I definitely had to take care of that before I started filming myself. So anyway, coffee is being made, and I've had some water. I had a few beers last night, so yeah, I basically woke up at like 4 something feeling so dehydrated. I wasn't like drunk or anything, but and I was super hydrated going into it, but yeah, I just woke up so dehydrated. So I've been pounding the water, and ended up finishing the night on the couch. So anyway, I'm meeting a friend in like an hour and a half for a walk. I'll definitely be taking my allergy medicine. Hopefully I won't have a crazy reaction. I haven't sneezed yet today, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna spend this morning reading. It's Super Bowl Sunday, by the way. Dad's gonna go, I think my dad's gonna go to my grandparents' house. My mom's gonna go somewhere else. And it's given me the opportunity to just be alone. And so I very, very rarely, since my parents have moved in, have like a day where I'm just home alone. And not that like they're like not like in my hair or anything like that. Like they have their den, they're fine. I don't normally feel like encroached upon or anything like that, but it is a rare thing for me to get just time, total alone time. And so I'm gonna use that. So I'm sure I'll be watching the Super Bowl. My team sadly didn't make it, but so I won't be that into it, but I'm gonna take an opportunity to read. So my goal today is to definitely finish Matrix, and then, you know, get more into Ladyparts, maybe even start Middlemarch. It just depends. I don't know if I'll be able to keep my focus, because I'll definitely have the game on. So I don't know if I'll be able to be focused enough to start Middlemarch, but definitely gonna finish Matrix. So my coffee is done being made. So I'm gonna get my coffee and read until it's time to go for a walk with my friend and catch up. Change of plans with my friend. She's trying to spend some time with her teenage son, who she hasn't seen for a few days, so hopefully we'll try to meet up later. But in the meantime, I finished Matrix and I'm ready to get some walking done. I've been on the couch all morning, so definitely ready to get myself moving. I've cleaned up a few little things here and there, made myself some breakfast and all that, so I haven't been completely immobile. but definitely it's a beautiful, beautiful day. So I wanted to get outside and walk. We'll be listening to Apples Never Fall. I just walked by this lady who I see walking in the neighborhood all the time. And she has two very, very well-trained golden retrievers. And she wears this like hip strap thingy with like a little leash that goes down on either side that connects to each dog. And so she walks and she has her little perfect, like, it's like her and her little perfect pair right next to her. It's so cute, but she's like the happiest person I ever see walking in the neighborhood. Like, she's just always just a big smile every time I see her. So now I'm gonna walk. I don't know how far I'm gonna walk, a couple miles at least. Lots of cars going by. And listen to Apples Never Fall. All right, so I've taken a pause at the park. Wonder if you guys could help me. So, as you may know, I have written a memoir, and it was done. And then I had an experience recently, though, that I decided it needs to be in the memoir, kind of like an epilogue. And I just haven't actually sat down to write it yet. For some reason, I just can't get myself to sit down to write it. But I've told the story multiple times, and so I think I'm just going to tell you this story, kind of this new like epiphany that I've had, and then I can essentially just transcribe it, at least to start off, because that's always the hardest part, is just the starting out. So basically, what happened was, December 1st through 7th or 8th, I spent an amazing week in Maui. First time I've ever been to Hawaii. Just took myself, had a great time. I did the Maui vlog to capture some of it. I came home and basically was just broadsided by depression. It had started raining here in Northern California the day I left on December 1st. I got home, it was still raining. And it basically rained for like 6 to 8 weeks. It's the rainy season here, but this is not the Pacific Northwest. We do not have more rainy days than we have sunny days. It's completely out of the norm. And it was just gray. Like, even if it wasn't raining, we had very few sunny days in between that time. It was just gray and dreary. And it went from spending 7 days in paradise, obviously not having like the responsibilities and obligations and everything, and being able to just do whatever I wanted to just getting smacked back into regular life, but also just like it didn't look like this outside, right? And that really took a toll on me. So about 6 days after I got home, I was on a Zoom call with a friend of mine, Jen, who was one of the main organizers of TEDx Folsom, which we just had a couple weeks ago. I was one of the volunteers for it. I'm on the board of our nonprofit for it. And so we were having like a team meeting kind of thing, just the two of us. And she asked me, so most people when I got back asked me, what was your favorite part about Maui? Like almost every person who went, especially people who'd been there before. That was their question. She instead asked me, what did you learn about yourself on your trip? And I was like, wow, that is such a good question. And so I thought about it, and this is just like I'm full on in the depression about 6 days after I got back. And I said, I think I learned how much being outside really means to me and how important it is, particularly for my mental health. Because I had just gone from spending, 90% of my waking hours outside for a week to just gray, dreary, cold, wet weather. And I was attributing that really. That was the difference. So, which was true. That's not untrue, but I wasn't satisfied with the answer. So I kind of slowly crawled out of this depression. I was trying to, take the opportunity whenever it wasn't raining to get outside, because that definitely does make me feel better. That was part of getting out of the depression, was making sure that I was getting outside and moving more. But the question just kept nagging at me. That's not the answer to the question. So it was the week between Christmas and New Year's, and I just couldn't stop asking myself this question. So I was like, what was different about the way I approached my life during those 7 days on Maui compared to my normal life? And really the big difference, besides, paradise, although, this isn't half bad, right? The big difference, though, was that I had 7 days, and I was really made it a point every day. The mission of the day was, how can I make this the best day possible? And that is definitely not the way that I was approaching my everyday life. And I would look at my schedule. You know, I work 2 jobs, so my hours are kind of weird. And so every day, and even, you know, a Monday on one week isn't necessarily going to look like a Monday from the next week. And so I really have to like look at my calendar, look at my schedule every week and every day to see where am I, what am I doing? And I would basically look at it and be like, okay, today I get to start enjoying my life, enjoying myself at 4:30. Today I get to start enjoying myself at, you know, 7:05 when I leave the gym or whatever it was. And I was really stifling myself and setting myself up to just get through each day rather than actually enjoy myself. And so, you know, I kind of remember this saying that I've always liked: it's a great day for a great day. And that's basically the way I've been approaching life ever since. It's a great day for a great day, all day. So whether I'm training people at the gym, whether I'm on phone calls with nutrition clients, whether I'm running errands or have a doctor's appointment, like whatever it is, I can enjoy that time. I don't have to wait until I have free time to enjoy myself. And just that little bit of a attitude shift, perspective change has made a huge difference in just how I show up for myself. And then that in turn changes how I show up for the people that I serve in my life, whether it be my family and friends, or my clients as well. And the thing is too, like, I love my jobs. I love, even before this perspective shift, I wasn't like, I don't want to train you today. I don't want to talk to you about your health and fitness goals on the phone. I genuinely enjoy doing that and get like a high from doing that. But it was more the perspective of when I look at the calendar, it was like, I got to call at 4:00. I'm working till 7:30 today. That kind of thought pattern, rather than like, this is what I get to do today, and I get to have a great time all day long, whether I'm serving other people or I'm just having free time myself. So thank you for letting me share that. I'd love to know if you have any questions or thoughts about this that would actually be helpful when I go to actually transcribe this and write this down in the memoir, just to help me think a little bit more about it. So yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk back home. Got a text from Jen. She's a very different Jen than the Jen that asked me the question. So I'm gonna walk back home, which will take probably half an hour or so. And then I think we're gonna be meeting in about an hour and a half over in Folsom to do our walk together. Well, yeah, I finished Matrix this morning. It's definitely not a book that's for everyone, because you have to be okay with a slow-paced book where not a lot actually happens. It's really just following the life of Marie, this bastardess of noble birth who gets sent off to a abbey, and she takes over, essentially. It's her life, and she has great ambitions. She's just an interesting character, and it's just following her and what happens kind of in her personal life, a little bit between her and the queen, how that relationship started and goes over the years, and then her relationships at the abbey, and really just follows the course of her life slowly. And yeah, like I said, like, not a lot happens, but it still was just somehow propellant and just fascinating to be in her world and around this character. So yeah, I think if you like historical fiction, if you like slow moving character based books, Lauren Groff is an excellent author, and I would give it a shot. I just had such an amazing few hours with Jen. We went for a walk. I didn't record any of it, but we were having just like mind-blowing conversations. We're in like similar parts of like very different circumstances, but very similar, have had some similar experiences. And just, yeah, it's so great to just have good, deep conversations with somebody that knows where you're coming from. And then we finished our walk. We did a 4-mile walk, and then Super Bowl was about to start, and she's like, hey, what are you doing next? You want to like go to a bar and
you know, grab something to drink and watch the beginning of the game. So we just watched the first like quarter and a half or so. Just had a really great time with her, and so probably just go home for the rest of the day and probably just do kind of a combo of reading and watching the game. I think my parents didn't end up going to where they're going, so I'm not gonna have the solitude that I was hoping for, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I am gonna get some solitude in March. I just booked myself kind of a bucket list trip. I've always wanted to go to Giants spring training. Big baseball fan, big San Francisco Giants fan, and I am gonna spend March 13th to 16th in Arizona at spring training. So I've got my own Airbnb. My aunt and uncle and cousins live there, and actually from my aunt and uncle's house you can actually see the stadium where the Super Bowl is happening right now. It's right down the street from them. My aunt asked me, oh, are you staying with us? And I was like, first of all, I would have asked you. Second of all, part of the point of the trip is some solitude, so happy to have dinner a few times. But I've got an Airbnb. So I'm also, our best friends from the Marine Corps are there as well, so I'll get to see them. I haven't seen them in like 5 or 6 years, so that should be nice. And I'm gonna get some hiking in, just like, yeah, I'm stoked. So it'll be, let's see, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, yeah, four days on my own. Should be nice. Excited about that. So that's where we are. I'll check in with you if I read again some more today, either Ladyparts or maybe I'll start middle March. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, time to close out the vlog. It is Monday afternoon. It is almost 2 o'clock. I've had a super productive day. My normal Monday work schedule and workout. And then I actually went to Sam's Club and REI. Sleeping bag. I'm going camping next week. I'm going to do camping, rock climbing, or like a rock climbing camping trip. That should be amazing with some new friends and some old friends. And then I did a bunch of food prep. So I actually might attach some of the video. It's in vertical. I might attach some of the video just to give you some tips, because that was kind of what I was doing. I was making a reel about some food prep tips. Meal prep doesn't have to be that complicated. If you put a little bit of thought into it beforehand, you can really set yourself up for success and for less work down the road, and that's really the trick. Give yourself less work to do in the future. So coming into my freezer, I've got 2 compartments here. So here I have just a beef tri-tip that I bought. I will cook that all at one time and have lots of meat to eat. I have two 3-packs of this ground beef, 93% lean. Some of these, they're not all marked with this label, so I just wrote it 93.7, so when I go to track calories later, I'll know exactly what that was. In the next compartment here, I have salmon. I got an Atlantic salmon. I broke it down. I cut it into relatively equal pieces, about 6-ounce raw, and then individually wrapped them in Glad press and seal, and then just stored them all in a freezer bag. Then I have a big package of chicken breasts. This is 8 chicken breasts. What I do, throw it into a bag and then just put in some store brand light Italian dressing or marinade. And so when I defrost these and take these out, all I have to do is throw on some salt and pepper, and it'll be nice and juicy and flavorful. Great weekend, finished Matrix. I'm like halfway through Apples Never Fall. That's like a 17-18 hour audiobook. So just continuing to listen to that as I go about when I'm not doing YouTube. Sorry if you can hear the drill. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you around the tubes.